Listen, this is a new show alert. Baby, they done took Drag Race and turned it on its side and said, everybody can't do this. You know, I'm here for it. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Queen of the Universe. This is on Paramount Plus. It's actually streaming, and it's like, I like to say Drag Race on steroids, but it's a whole new spin to the whole drag situation. Everybody knows drag is primarily about getting up, looking pretty, lip syncing a song, and going about your business. And somebody might tip you. Yeah. When we go with Drag Race, we throw in some acting challenges, some dancing. You got to be able to do this, you got to be able to do that. Well, they've turned this whole thing on its head. We're in London, okay, with Graham Norton as the host. So you know the language is going to be, oh my goodness. They're going to say whatever it is that they want to say, okay, because that's just how Graham Norton gets down. So love him, and he's the host. The judges are Vanessa Williams, yes, save the best for last, right stuff, baby. That Vanessa Williams, yes, her, Michelle Visage, Trixie Mattel, and Leona Lewis. I said, okay, so this is the judges. So right from who I'm telling you the judges are, they all have one thing in common, and it's not drag. Because Leona is a cisgender woman. Vanessa is a cisgender woman. Michelle is a cisgender woman. Trixie, not so much. But every last one of those bitches can sing. Every last one of them can sing. This is what this is all about. You have to be able to sing live. I said, baby, they just kicked 75% of the drag population in the can and said, no, this is not for you girls, honey. This is for these girls that can actually do this. I tell y'all all the time, there are many, many, many different types of drag. But one of the more intricate ones are the girls that can actually take a microphone and actually sing. My hat is always off to them. I'm always paying attention, and I am here for this. So this is what we're doing. The girls have come from everywhere all over the world, and they brought them in here. We had 7 girls, and they're like, let's go. Let's get down. The first episode there's 2 parts to it. So this is part 1. This is my review for part 1, which is, it's called This Is Me. And that's exactly what this was about. They had freedom. They came out in their outfits. You know, naturally everybody was in these very drag outfits. Everything was very high drag. Okay? So, and it was all over the place. From very, very costumey to very ethnic to, you know, pageants to, it was everything. It was all over the place. But basically they are literally presenting themselves. What are you about? What is your look? And that's what they were judged on. What was your look? What are you all about? You know, introduce me to you, and your performance. And you have to do it all in these, what was it, 3 minutes or so that they actually gave them. First girl, and they're not in total in the order that they came out, but this is the way that I took my notes, okay? So we got Chy'enne Valentino. Now Chy'enne she's from Chicago, okay? Chicago drag, she's the African American queen. She's a big girl. She is so thoroughly pulled together. You don't want none of mama. You understand me? She is pageantry at its best. She gave you literal pageant evening gown. She came out there. She gave you very much looked like she was running for Miss Continental at large, Miss Continental Plus. That's what she looked like she's running for from the door. So I'm like, okay, this child is pageantry back, and she very Chicago, very Chicago. But she's a boy queen. Chicago is really, really known for their trans girls, you know, because baby, listen, some of the baddest trans pageant girls hang out in Chicago. The Mimi Marks of the world and the Saisons of the world, and they have made their way through Chicago at some point or another. Monica Monroe, those girls, okay? But they're really, really known for their trans girls. So I said, well, Miss Chy'enne girl, let's go, honey. Because very pretty, very together, very pageant. Got her right up there, beaded gown, and stood there and sang Wrecking Ball. I said, come on, girl, and us, honey, sang down. Sang down. She belted the song out, baby, and they was looking at her like, and I was like, come on through, Miss Chy'enne. She did what needed to be done. She understood the assignment. And she was very poised. I loved when they talked to her. She's very confident. She's not young. She's not a young girl. She's like, I don't know exactly how old she is. They probably said it, but she's not young. She's not in her 20s or anything like that. She's a mature girl. Really, really pulled together, and I'm really happy for her that she's actually there representing. Listen, I was impressed. I was here for it. Next is a young queen who is Asian, and she is breathtaking. You understand me? Breathtaking. Very, very, very pretty. They were showing some of her photos. She's just gorgeous. Her name was Woo Woo. I said, come on, Woo Woo. And she's cute as a boy, too. As a boy, she's cute. And that's what she said. She said in the daytime I'm a boy, and nighttime I'm a girl. And her transition is groovy because she was like a little boy. She's like a little boy. I said, look at her, child. Just a little tomboy. And then her drag, you don't want to damn Miss Mama. I said, look at her, honey. Pretty little thing. Got out there, she did her thing. Her song choice was an issue. This shows she's not used to this type of competition. She chose Material Girl, Madonna. Now the thing is, she sang it. This is the thing that kind of ramped it up some for her, because Material Girl that's not anything that you would choose to showcase your vocals. Material. No. We don't go to Madonna when we're trying to show you that I can sing. We're not doing that. So I said, yeah, this is where there's room for growth. And you know, whenever Michelle Visage is involved, they love to teach and they love to elevate. So it ain't no problem. They'll work with her. That was a bad song choice. She told her. Graham Norton actually asked her, after she got her comments, how do you feel about your song choice? And she said, I still like it, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm like, yeah, girl, young. It ain't going to hurt her, though. It was cool, but it was really one note, so no biggie. But she's very, very easy on the eye, very pretty. She's comfortable on stage. Yeah, I was cool with her. I was cool with her. Here is another girl. Her name it's Beatty, but it's spelled like Betty. That's another thing, because these girls are from all over the place. She's from, she say Copenhagen? I think she's from Copenhagen. But yeah, her name is, I'm just going to call her Betty Bitch Slap, but it's Beatty. I'll say it right. It's Beatty Bitch Slap. But it's spelled like Betty, okay? So, but Beatty, I'm going to try to remember because I don't want to, I want to do it right. Beatty Bitch Slap. She is pretty, When I say that this bitch, her skin is stark white, like this shirt I got on, white. And it's not that she painted herself white. She just has this beautiful, milky, white skin. She looks like porcelain. And then the bitch was bleached blonde. It was straight to the back. Wig was laid. I said, bitch, laid. She very much gave you, when she came out, she gave me like Billy Idol as a chick, honey. And she was giving, you know, like a nice day for a, I was like, oh. So I was really drawn in by her because she gave me rocker chick. Now, I like what she gave. They clocked her on having a little snag in her stockings, and Michelle said something very, very smart. Girl, if you noticed backstage that right before you came on, you had a rip in your stockings, girl, go all the way in with it. If you're going to rock, rock, rock out, bitch, and just tear them up. Find some tweezers or something and tear them all up. And I was like, that was really good advice. It really was. But I liked her. I really did like her. She's, like I said, she was like a porcelain face rocker chick. I said, come on through here, Annabelle. Annabelle. Because she was strikingly like Annabelle, honey. Or the wife of Chucky, honey. So, just, she don't even look real. But I liked her. She's real groovy to me. I liked her. I do agree a little bit with some of the stuff that Michelle was saying. Like, she could really go further in on the rock persona. Because, you know, rock, you just go there. Just go there. And she's, you know, the way she's built and everything, and her, she's comfortable. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. I like her. I like her. Girl, go watch some Gwen Stefani stuff, honey. You'll be fine. But she was good. Voice good. Yeah, she had some highs and some lows. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I like this. This is cool. So I liked her. I did like Beatty. And then we got Nova Sar. She's from New York City. Um, she's okay. She's okay. Nothing away from her, but she's classic New York City. Totally overdone. She had this outfit that was doing a whole bunch. It was like graffiti. Then it was like all of this fabric. Then it dropped into something else. And it was like another graffiti scene. Lot of time and effort, money spent, and intention in the outfit, which is very New York City. She was very Broadway-esque with her approach. She did a song, I'm Not a Girl and I'm Not Yet a Woman. So, and in her packet, she explained that she's non-binary. I thought that was great because non-binary folk, people get very confused. And I think she gave a very good explanation. And I'm saying she, and I think that the proper pronoun for her is they. I think the proper pronoun for her is they, because she doesn't identify. Sorry, it's, you know, when I think drag queens, we all are she, honey. But they, I think they don't identify as a girl. She told a story. I keep saying she. I'm sorry. Told the story that growing up, it was always uncomfortable for the father to always say, boy this and boy that. It's like, I'm not no boy and I don't identify with boy. So I think the proper pronoun is they, actually. Because it's not, yeah, it's not her or she. I think it's they. Anyway, so again, I'm definitely part of the LGBTQIA, and some of these things are, you know, we're still a work in progress and learning and how to maneuver. So I think the proper pronoun is they. But okay, anyway, but I liked her. I liked, again, her. I like Nova Czar. Was cool, but very New York, very kind of what I look to see when I hear New York Queen. So it was okay. Now, this one here, Greg Queen. Okay, first of all, the name. And drag queen is from Brazil. Okay, so even though you're from Brazil, drag queen, the drag queen is like, it doesn't have the same punch as Bob, the drag queen. You know, for me, it's just kind of like, what is that name? But okay, cool. Of course, Brazil, the costume was fantastic because it was very carnival. Very carnival. She sang Rehab, Amy Winehouse. She did a really good job with making the song her own and really engaged with the audience and all of that. It was cool. But it didn't go with the outfit. Trying to make me go to rehab. I say no, no, no. Feathers every goddamn where. I'm like, well, girl, um, I don't know about you going to rehab, but you can go on to the aviary. You know what I mean? So I didn't get it. The outfit just kind of, I was like, girl, okay. So you give me confusion, is what you're giving me. But definitely can sing, and that was cool. Can sing, and that was cool. Now, let me tell you about my favorite two. My favorite two. My favorite overall. My favorite overall is, and I did not think that she was going to be my favorite, but her name is Jingzilla. Jingzilla. And let me tell you, I tell you all the time about different types of drag queens, that there's so many different types of us. Some with the clown makeup, some with not enough makeup, some with way too much makeup, some just damn clowning in general. And you're like, what the hell is really going on? When you see Jingzilla, you be like, what in the hell is happening here? She's bearded queen. She's a bearded queen, okay? And then her beard is brown. It's like brown. She's an Australian queen. But when you look at her, she's actually really, really pretty. She's pretty, and she's not young. She's not a young queen. She's an older queen. So it's kind of weird how you're like looking at her, like I'm looking at her package, and I'm like, girl, you're actually a pretty queen, but you got this whole beard thing going on. So I'm looking at her like, here we go with the clown and shit. But okay, I get it. I get it. And now you will tell me that you can sing too. I said, okay, so we'll see. Well, you know, because that's the thing. You get you a good bearded queen, if she's really talented or really funny, because generally they are comedy. They're comedy. They're real funny. After a few minutes, you stop even focusing at the fact that there is even a beard there. But not with Jingzilla. You don't. It's actually part of the what's going on. It's part of the what's going on. She came out. She had this whole like copper metal outfit, and it was very like the Wonder Woman stuff, like the new Wonder Woman, that whole female warrior thing. It wasn't pretty. It was, like I said, it was copper and rust and all of this kind of thing. Yet it was still very feminine. It was still very feminine and pretty. It looked very, very feminine. It was like a very feminized version of Xena, the warrior princess, who I think is not feminine at all. So it was weird. But I'm looking at her, and she stands there and she starts singing the song Human. And she started right off in this whole baritone situation. This bitch just took us somewhere. She's singing in baritone. And listen, let me tell you something. That voice, you don't want a day of that bitch's voice. That bitch is a singer. Do you understand me? Sing down. Down. Yet, she's standing here in full drag, this odd drag, and singing this song. And for some reason, it was one of those things, everything like just lined up. And I'm not even going to lie to you all. I was sitting here. By the time she got done, I literally, my eyes had actually watered up. I was like, this bitch just tore this whole little thing down. down because it was so wrong that it was absolutely correct. And that's all I'm going to say about it. It was so wrong. Everything about it was so wrong that it was absolutely correct. And she was my complete favorite over all 7 of the girls tonight. She really was. The last girl, her name is Leona Winter, who is a huge fan of Leona Lewis, and Leona Lewis happened to be on the panel. This child is from Paris. And all I can say about her is, girl, excellent. Excellent. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful queen. The bitch just looks like money. She just looks like money. She looks at her package, even when she's talking, she's just a little lady. She's just standing there talking. I'm like, she's like this little gay fella that you would love to meet because she just seems so nice and so inviting. Like, if I was going to Paris, that's the bitch I want to hang out with. Like, that bitch just seems like she know everything about Paris and what's going on, and I want to go with that bitch. I want that bitch to show me around. That's who she was. As a boy. And then as a girl, the bitch is stunning. Stunning. Voice, sang down. Sang down. Standing there, beautiful dress. This beautiful, classic movie star look with the full crinoline slip, and that just every time she moved, it just not overdone. And she just stood there and she sang her song. She had on a gorgeous pump. Everything was just simple. Nothing was overdone. Nothing, the jewelry was right. The bitch just looked like money. And she sounded like money. She was really good. She and Jingzilla were my favorites. But by far, like I said, Jingzilla watered up my whole face, honey. I was like, oh my gosh, it was so wrong that it was absolutely correct. So those were my favorites. That was that. Then all the girls went backstage and they had to decide somebody was going home. They come out, Graham Norton goes through the cards. He's like, okay, so the person who's actually leaving us tonight is, and then he says, there's no name on the card. Nobody's going anywhere. No one goes home. And then he says, but why don't you girls turn around? Honey, they turn around. There are 7 more bitches standing behind them. Baby, let me tell you about these hoes that were standing behind them. Baby, I said, uh-oh. Because again, I mean, there are a lot of queens that can sing, but girl, I mean, sing, like they sound like these girls. I was waiting on, so when I heard about the competition where the girls would be, there's going to be some folks croaking and carrying on, honey, we're going to be dragging them. But no, these real singers, ain't nobody playing around. But I should have known when I seen Trixie, because you know Trixie sings down. Trixie sings down. Trixie's like a country star now, you know what I mean? But I look back there, baby, and I seen a few familiar faces. First of all, I seen Miss Aria Cassadine. Honey, listen, I was in a pageant with Miss Aria Cassadine a few years back, quite a few years back. Baby. Ha! The competition is getting ready to get started. Miss Aria Cassadine plays no games. That is one singing black bitch. Do you understand me? And gorgeous. Baby, I look back to Miss Aria's mug, bitch. You didn't want a minute of it. I said, girl, you better represent. That bitch's face was like, poof, I'm here. Then they panned over and I said, I know that ain't Miss Jujubee. Now, I've seen Jujubee do a little bit of singing here and there. But can I tell you that Jujubee looked as soft as the butter I put in my cakes for Thanksgiving? I said, Miss Juju, bitch. Listen, if the bitch missed every note, Miss Juju and Miss Aria were back there looking like, bitch, did somebody say somebody was sitting here singing, honey? gorgeous. They look gorgeous. Do you hear me? I said, oh, wow. Okay. And then as they were panning, then I think, I'm not sure, but I think I saw Ada Vox, honey. And Miss Ada Vox did American Idol here in the United States. And she was in drag. She was like the first full-on drag contestant that made it to the aired shows and was on for multiple weeks on American Idol. And she don't play around with no vocals at all. She don't play, period. And I think, I'm more than sure I saw Ms. Ada Vox back there. I said, oh, this is getting ready to be good, honey. So listen, we're on board. We'll be watching. I'll be chatting. Y'all keep on watching, honey. I'll see y'all next time, honey. This was part 1, so part 2 is going to be these other 7 hoes. So keep watching. Talk to y'all later.